Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow! I'm not a Supermo person.
Okay.
What, Mighty Mo?
I don't drink Mo. Nothing. I used to when I was younger.
Okay.
But then I gave my life to Christ. And I can't drink this shit anymore.
Take some of that Supermo.
Episode 76 of the WRESTHINGS podcast.
Wow.
I love these new intros that we're doing. We just start the podcast just talking about stuff and just giving ourselves a round up. But yeah, Mandem, take it away.
When I say go up, you say daddy. Go up, daddy. Go up, daddy. It's a strong style rating, leg drop hating, big back robbing, Castrico loving, son of a gun. It's your boy Delboy, aka Soul Delete, aka Pro Gopties, aka the Black Seamus, aka the Cargill Maniac, aka the Black Velvet to Red Velvet, aka the Nostalgia Police, aka All Fitted No Cap, aka didn't come home, but we still home. He's it.
Still home, my guy. Come on.
aka Mr. God forgive me if I bust my nine. We here, baby.
Come on.
This guy nuts, man.
Come on. It's your... Oh, shit.
I just say, here we go.
The special one. The man needs to know the special.
I was going to say, we all got to introduce ourselves at that tempo.
Yeah.
It's not.
No. It's calm.
All right, yeah.
I want a special one for you.
Those just got that special energy, man. Just wakes everyone up. Do you know what I mean? It's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial, Underdone. Oh God, I'm not saying it. This for top 5 dead or alive, big man. Shit. Mr. Hot Takes, Mr. 150 million %. You know what I mean? It's episode 76 now. Mad. Of the WRESTHINGS podcast. Come on.
Is it 76 or 77?
76. 76.
Sit down.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, people, you know who it is. It's your boy Laps, the champagne sipper and main event liver. Back again for that wrestle talk, that smack talk, that Kenny Omega talk. Oh shit, it's Kenny Omega approved talk.
Oh, yeah.
That
It's your intro. What the fuck?
I forgot the approval. You threw me off. So now I gotta reload it.
These man, I'm booking the match. Bro. These man go head to head.
We gotta put him in the ring.
We start off with the chair.
They didn't see the chair business.
Trust me.
Bro,
That's it.
this match is gonna get turned into a triple threat when Sam gets involved. You feel me?
Lash has been forcing it. He's been like, yeah, Sam and Dale.
It's gonna happen. Alright, but I gotta do my promo.
I said
again.
Photoshop on a pole match.
Rate me, bro. Rate me. It's your boy Laps, the main event liver and champagne sipper. Back again for that wrestle talk, that smack talk, that Kenny Omega approved talk, that get WRESTHINGS to 1,000 subscribers talk, that it didn't come home but it's gonna come home next year talk. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
Come on, we're back again on WRESTHINGS.
All right.
Bro, I beg.
It's just you.
On me, Mr. Nafi, aka the VHS Pappy, formerly known as VHS Pappy, now goes by the name of the Foolish Professional and Nafi.
All right.
Check us out every week, Fridays. You know what time it is, man.
All right.
The humble voice.
All right.
Boy, we've got a guest and a half. We've got an amazing guest.
It's the champ.
Champ is here.
Champ is here.
Champ is here.
I beg. Give it to us, man.
Give it to... jeez. What can I say? All right. Boom. It seems to me that it seems to be right about that time that I go ahead and say now we play introducing the undisputed because it got unified twice. British Cruiserweight Champion for 500 days plus, coming for the record in 30 days. The record held by a man called Prince Devitt. I'm coming for the record. The longest reigning, soon to be the O.J.M.O.
O.J.M.O.
We're naming this podcast Unified Twice.
Unified twice.
Yeah. For real.
I've never heard of Unified Twice before. That is hard.
That's crazy.
For real.
Honestly, it's been a pleasure. It's been a long time coming, man.
Bro, it's been a long time coming.
Very happy to be here, man. Very.
How's everyone's week been, anyways? Besides England losing.
It's been alright.
It's been alright, man. It's been alright.
We survived, didn't it?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man.
If boys have created history on a lot of levels, so big up to them, man.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I can't lie, like I didn't expect England to get this far. But obviously with, the new team that they got, the youngers in the team and stuff, like, they managed to get as far as, basically exceed our expectations in it. So
Yes.
yeah, man, it's amazing. And fam, I'm excited for the World Cup.
For sure.
I'm gonna be rooting for 3 teams in the World Cup. So
For sure.
What 3
Nigeria,
teams?
Ghana, and England. But the qualifications, the qualifiers not done yet.
No.
Oh, they are done. They should be done because
For African Cup of Nations is done. That's been released.
yeah, but not the World. I don't think the World Cup's done. But anyway, they do the draw in September.
We got Olympics coming up soon. Anyway.
Olympics is next month.
Yeah, next
And
month.
we got
yeah.
no
crowd, though.
events coming up.
No crowd. Yeah, no
You're
crowd.
lying.
Because
Oh, Japan, innit?
The COVID thing's gone up, innit? So,
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that, man. Looking very much forward to that. What about you? How you been, man?
I've been alright, man. I'm just getting on with life, I'm just happy to be with the Mandem.
Come on, all day.
Yeah, we watched the game together and that. Obviously, it's nice when you watch it with the fam and that, but...
Yeah, I was pissed off. I was in a nice little penthouse, actually, one of my boys' penthouses.
Okay,
Wait.
sorry.
Look how you dressed it. I was in a nice little... nice...
No, he started off, I'm pissed, man. I was in a nice little penthouse.
It's nice and little.
You know what I mean?
That's what
A bit smashed up my head, but I was fuming, man. I was fuming, but big up England, man. You lot have done us proud. You know what I mean? And
$1 million man, fam.
yes, right. soon. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, for sure.
Wait, where do we start?
We said it was coming home, but we didn't say when it was coming home.
That's true.
You feel me? We didn't even say what trophy was coming home.
No, babe, this one's
No. We want the World Cup to come home.
Let me be honest, yeah.
We were talking about that.
We'll go to wrestling quickly.
Absolutely.
But I can't lie. The World Cup 2022, is gonna be a flipping scary tournament. Don't underestimate no country, bro.
Well, you see what Argentina done to Brazil?
And I hope Norway get through as well, bro.
Yeah.
I hope all these teams get through, fam, because it's a different ball game down there. Plus, you're not playing against your European dons. You're playing against guys in around the world. These African teams that were blastable from the halfway
South
line.
Americans.
They've got top bins. Nah, don't play about.
South Americans.
You don't play about, fam. Trust me, fam. And American football team is good as well, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
That
on.
what they did last time.
Yeah, last time, bro. They're sick as well,
Yeah,
fam.
go on.
So,
I'll give it to the Americans.
yeah, man. Big up the Americans.
Big up Nigeria for freaking beating America
Yes,
in the
yeah,
NBA.
for
Let's
sure.
say that.
Yeah,
I made sure to share that after the Euro results.
They beat America and then they beat Argentina a few days ago.
What?
They beat the number one. So they beat but obviously they lost to Australia a few days ago.
Apparently Australia's sick, though.
Yeah, Australia. I think Australia are number 2 in the world. America's number 1 and Argentina's number 5. So
America's a bit questionable now. It's a bit shaky.
what in terms of what basketball?
Yeah, number
America,
one.
To be fair, it's always been a toss up between America and let's say maybe France. France has always had a strong team. Lithuania's always had a strong team.
Lithuania, they got
But
big ballers.
do is if we're talking over the years, America's always going to be number 1.
Of
Let's be
course,
real.
for sure, man.
They've got the best players in the world.
Star
Playing for
power.
them.
Yeah,
They've
stars.
got all the
It's
stars.
unbreakable.
Everybody that plays for America are playing the NBA, and the NBA is the best league in the world. So
Yeah.
it's natural. For
sure,
So
for sure.
obviously there's going to be years where they might be number 2, but consistently they're always going to be the best team in it. It'll be interesting to see how Nigeria do next year. I mean, not next year, but in the Olympics.
Next
In
month,
it.
next month.
Yeah, man, should be. So where do we start, lads?
Bro, I want to know more about Michael Oku, man. I want to know where you
Yes.
come from, your journey.
Do you know, even before you go, I want to apologize.
Okay.
I want to
Ghana's
apologize.
finest.
I want to apologize for the confident
Oku, fam.
apologize for the confident mess up that I did the last time we went back to the bro. You know when you know something, but then someone on Twitter just now kind of throws you off.
Yeah.
So I remember someone was doing like a thread on like Ghanaian wrestling, and the thing is, I actually can't find the thread, so I feel like I'm going crazy. I can't find the thread, so I feel like I'm going crazy. And someone was just talking about Ghanaians, and they brought your name. I was like, rah, there's no way this guy is Ghanaian, but someone was so confident to tweet it, it must be right. So I thought, okay, cool. So it's only when he posted it on his story on IG and he done like a Nollywood meme with it. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm so sorry.
I had to address
So
that.
yeah, I put my hands up, and that was my fault for any miscommunication, and but yeah, bro.
However,
Swear down, you're Ghanaian.
dickhead. Okay.
I thought you were Nigerian.
He's Nigerian, bro. Nigerian.
Oh, what?
I am Nigerian.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm buzzing it.
No, I'm apologizing because I said he was Ghanaian when he's not.
Conviction.
Oh,
Lap's actually just here for vibes, you know. Lap's just here for vibes.
I paused in it, and all I heard was Ghanaian. I was like, oh, shit.
This guy, you were disappointed in it. Look at this guy.
Listen, I love my Ghanaians, you feel me?
This
one's like
I'm the only Ghanaian in the room right now from this. My Congolese brother coming through as well.
But yeah, bro, talk to us, man. Like, what question? Like, how did it start? How did it start? How did you get into wrestling?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I started in 2017.
Yeah.
And it was just a thing of like, so I started January 2017. So 2016 was when I actually properly signed up. I didn't know like what wrestling schools were around. There were wrestling schools in London. Anytime, like back in the day, like I'm talking when I was like, I don't know, 13. And if I just Googled wrestling training just to make myself laugh, I try and see what's going on. What's good, man?
Right on time, you know.
I try to see what's going on. I try and see like, and anytime there'd be a wrestling school, I say wrestling school UK, it'd be like Huddersfield or something like that. So okay, so that's where wrestling is. It's just a random part of the UK. Then when I saw that there was one called the Progress Wrestling School, I was like, okay, all right. Let me just inquire. Let me just see if it's a real thing I might want to do. They were starting the beginner's course in January. I put my money down. I said, fuck it. If I don't do this now, I'll never do it.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a thing. It's not a thing that I was like, oh, it'd be cool to do. It's like, I've always wanted to do this. Let me address it with my brain. Let me do it.
Yeah.
This is nowhere to lie. The day I put my money down, the next day, WWE announced the UK tournament.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah.
Something's going on. I had no idea what's going on, and that's the key. Like, I wasn't even like up to date and up to snuff about like the UK indie scene. I didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was big shows happening all around Camden, all around Bethnal Green. We're talking, we're talking just like, I don't know how I didn't know. Like, I grew up in growing up in Old Street.
Oh, sir.
Yeah,
Dude,
local.
local.
Yeah,
55
for sure.
bus, 54, 48, 26. You walk, you turn right, and then York Hall's right there. I didn't know.
Definitely. Yeah,
And then like, you can watch Kurt Angle's right there, wrestling right there. If I had known,
You've been going.
I'll be there a long time ago. Yeah. Same here. You wouldn't think, you would never think.
You wouldn't even think that there was, so I didn't know that there was this hot scene going on where all these like sick matches were happening, that all these sick wrestlers from abroad were coming. That's how hot the scene was. And I was just entering it just because I was like, I just want to wrestle and see what happens. So that's kind of how my journey started, 2017. Next thing I know, like I think 5 months later, after my first training session, I wrestled for Progress. That was my debut.
Nuts.
And I think roller coaster, man. But like everything started snowballing from that moment. Honestly,
because I think even when we went to Rev Pro, we even heard people talking about you and stuff, and seeing you on like socials and stuff, and your name's got do you know what I mean? Like everyone knows about.
When did you go? That's what I'm interested. Yeah.
So
like,
when did we went?
You went. Was it 2018?
2018 when we were first starting.
No, it wasn't 2019. It was 2018.
We didn't start in 2018. We started 2018.
Did you not go Rev Pro? We didn't go Rev Pro. Was that the one in Brighton?
No, that's Riptide.
Riptide.
We went just before we started the podcast.
Yeah. So that was 2019 though. Our first episode came out in March.
You sure we went 20?
Yeah,
2019. Yeah, 2 years.
2018, I was doing football stuff.
I'm just trying to think if I was on the show. That's what
I'm not. I don't think you're on the show.
I remember your name ringing. Yeah, your name was around still.
I'm sure it's either end of 2018, early 2019, around that time.
Around that time,
Yeah, for sure.
I started there regularly wrestling there when in 2019.
Yeah.
So I think pretty much from the first 2019 show onwards, I think I was on all of the cockpit shows.
Yeah.
That's where you went. Yeah. Then like 2018, I debuted there. They were doing TV tapings at York Hall.
Is that the match with when Charles Samuels attacked that brother?
Yes.
What's his name?
Yes. Dan McGee. Then I was wrestling Great O'Khan.
He gave a mad chop though.
Yeah.
I watched it. Yeah. I was like, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah.
So that was the thing that that was my first time wrestling for them, and that was just through I just kept going crewing. As soon as all I knew was the thing is you go to shows and you crew. Once you've been this, that, and the other. I won't lie. Ego in my brain, after I wrestled for Progress one time for their small show in 2017, I was like, well, everybody should be coming and knocking on my door. So I'm going to Andy Quilden, I'm going to Rev Pro I'm thinking like, man, when am I going to be on these shows? I could be on the cockpit shows, yeah. Thank God I didn't go on those. I didn't get booked in 2017 because I would not have been ready. I would have shat the bed. I would have been horrible. He would have, and then his first impression would have been set. He would have never wanted to use me again. But when he used me, I was ready. That's when I was like, okay, I'm ready to show what I've got.
I don't know if this has been asked, but how did you like develop your style? Who are your main inspirations in terms of like wrestling that really like helped you curate like your style of wrestling? Because you have a very dynamic style of wrestling, and your selling is impeccable.
Amazing.
Your selling is impeccable. So like, who are your like inspirations in regards to like wrestling?
My favorite wrestler of all time's The Rock. People forget how good of a seller he was.
Yes.
You know what? I think selling growing up was one of my favorite things about wrestling. When YouTube first started, I think I would search like The Rock sell, and then it'll be like how he sells the gore. How he says the best gore was the one that he did, the one that The Rock took. I'd see like a Jeff Hardy sell, Shawn Michaels sell, and then AJ Styles sell. So I always gravitated towards. I was able to know that these people that are taking the moves are the reason why these moves look good. And so I would notice that it's all about how good you make the person's move look. So I made sure consciously when I started wrestling it was in my head, it's like whatever that person's move is, I'm gonna be the best version of that. When they put out the MV, like here's me wrestling, I want to see myself in the MV taking these moves because they know to put me in because I made their move looks good. That was kind of like my focus was always like to try and sell Shawn Michaels as well. People feel like it's such a cliche, but oh my god, I've taken so much from Shawn Michaels that I like. Those are like my influences. Christian as well. It's like top 5 in my favorite wrestlers all time. So miracle that I'm seeing him wrestle again. So these are kind of like all people that I was like taken from. Some people just subconsciously as well. Sometimes I'm not even saying I'm going to do what The Rock does. It's just from watching it since I was like a baby that I'm just doing things that people are doing that I don't even know. But yeah, selling is my favorite thing to do. That like I focus on it so much.
Yeah, it makes sense because like in a lot of your matches, like you always like there's always like the signature comeback spots. Like you'll be on the ground and you'll be selling for time, and then you always have your comeback spot. So it makes sense that The Rock is your inspiration. Yeah,
that's my guy.
Question I want to ask because on the way here, me and Laps are like, bruh, what does O.J.M.O stand for?
Oh man, I addressed it. At first I was like, I'm gonna keep this a you know how like CM Punk would either give different answers or he wouldn't say anything. I was like, okay, I like that kind of mystique. But last year I just said, okay, I'm gonna mention it. It's Owen Hart was the reason.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, Owen James is like what the OJ stands for. So my initials, Michael Oku.
Shit.
But then Okuabasi is my Nigerian name, one of my full Nigerian names. Yeah. Then when I grew up, because I was the youngest, family calls me Junior. So I added all these things together, and then when I was when I started like watching wrestling, my brother, my older brother, his favorite wrestler is Bret Hart. So me being like 4 years old, I was like, well, okay, he has a younger brother. You're my younger brother. Owen Hart's my favorite then. So
that makes sense.
So Owen Hart was the first wrestler I properly gravitated towards, but my memory of him, I mean, like, he died in 99, and that was when I was about 6. So I don't have that much memory of him. But at that time, I already in my head thought of the name that I'd be when I was a wrestler. So I was always like a thing where it's like, no matter what, if I become a wrestler.
Did you play like wrestling games, like for example, like SmackDown versus Raw?
And then
so I'm guessing
to an unhealthy level.
You made yourself bare time, I'm guessing.
Yeah, man. I play it to the fact that I know that your intro music is a remix of the WWF Attitudes. Like freaking, I can hear it.
No. I'm getting you a beverage.
Yeah.
No one else knows that. No one else.
I'm surprised that people don't know.
Yeah, not saying, bro.
It's the menu music.
Well done.
They got the tribute to Owen as well at the start of the game when it blows up as well. But every year I'd make myself in the games, and you know what? There's probably like, I'd like to like look back on how I created myself, because probably when it started off with, so the first time I created myself was the first SmackDown game. You couldn't do that much customization.
Yeah, couldn't do that much. Yeah.
So it was just like head, body,
and
thing. Yeah. In my drawers, I had camouflage trousers. In the game, they had camouflage trousers. I was like, I can make myself. I gave myself Stone Cold's body and Farouk's head. Yeah. So receding hairline at the age of 5 with a goatee. Yeah. Stone Cold's body. Thank God I changed the skin color. And then like that was it. And then, but like each year I'd give myself any cool move that was in the game. That's what you do.
450 splash,
reset.
Phoenix splash,
Yeah.
their springboard moves and.
Yeah. But then, as the years got closer, I actually started to think, what can I physically do? It's like, maybe I could do a moonsault. So I'll give myself a moonsault, but I won't give myself a corkscrew.
Yeah.
Can I do? So I'd start to actually in my head like, what would I actually wear if I was a wrestler? So I feel like slowly I was kind of telling myself, I want to do this through the games by what I would give myself as moves. To the point now when I'm thinking of like matches, I'm like, what have I given myself in the games as moves? Oh, that springboard, this, that, and the other. So I do that. Yeah, man. Video games is like wrestling. Video games is a big part of.
Yeah, and I say a lot of even a lot of wrestlers I've spoken to, like just through interviews, they said the same thing in terms of like them growing up, them creating themselves in the game, and as time has gone on, they've kind of had like more of a realistic approach to the type of moves that they give themselves, and a lot of the moves that they do now is closer to the stuff that they've put themselves doing in the game. So that's proper dope, man. I wanted to ask. I thought we asked this to Warren as well. How was it How was it telling your parents that? Mama, Papa, I want to become a wrestler. Mama, Papa, I want to wrestle.
Okay. It was a hey.
I want to be Okogun. I want to be Stone Cold.
Make sure you do your Solly's fast.
Oh my god! Very simple answer. I didn't tell them.
That's good.
Mom, I'm just getting library. These times you're taking body slams.
Why are you coming home late? Extra homework.
Honestly, it's just one of those things where like I was like, they're not gonna
take it properly.
They're not gonna understand it until I can show them something.
Yes.
The first time I told them was when I had been booked for Wembley Arena for Progress.
Flipping out.
Because then that for them, if I'm not being a doctor or a lawyer or thing, whatever I'm doing, I have to you have to show them that it's something
relevant.
That like okay, this is a big deal. So it's like, hey, I'm a wrestler. If you want to come watch me wrestle, I'm doing it at Wembley Arena.
Oh my.
So wait, what was her like facial reaction when you said, "Mom, I'm a wrestler"? Like, by that point, there must have been some sort of like, wait, what?
I mean, she said Ezioku, which is Igbo for I don't know. You can already. But like, so she just kept asking me. Do you know what? She even to this day she asked me like, "Are you happy?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." I don't understand how you're receiving beating and you're happy. But yeah, that's the key. So she was more accepting than I thought she would be, and I think maybe that's a common thing for a lot of like African parents. We think they're gonna hate that we're doing this, that, and the other. It was the same thing. Like I did acting before I started wrestling. It was like a very similar thing where I didn't tell them that I started it, but until I started to get roles, like it wasn't asking for permission. I was like, let me just do it, and then let me show you that. This is something that's it. So it's become a relationship now with my parents where they trust my judgment. They're like, he does things that are a bit like against the norm, but we trust what he's doing. We trust that like he's enjoying it, and he knows that there's something good to come out of it. So
yes, for sure.
It's all good. She's come to see me wrestle there at Wembley. It was pre-show battle royal, but I was like, you'll see me wrestle in front of 5,000 people, and you'll know that this is something.
It's at Wembley Arena as well.
That's massive.
And then the next time was the J Cup, the British J Cup, which is in 2019.
Amazing.
That's one you won as well.
That's one I won. Yeah.
How was that?
Oh my god.
How was that?
That's the route. It's coming home.
It came home. Mama is home.
It really did, and that was like, she just asked out of the blue, are there any more shows I can come and see? And I was like,
that's nice.
And I was like, there's a show at the You're Cool, and she's like, yeah, my colleague, she works at let me not bait out where she's working, but she's a teacher. She's a teacher, so like she wanted to take her colleagues to see me wrestle. So it's like work trip, watch me wrestle. She didn't even understand that it was a tournament. She just thought she was gonna see me wrestle once. I won my match, and she the way she tells me, she was like, I saw you won your match against Rocky Romero. Everybody was chatting. I was like, thank God my son is alive. Then I saw you do this one more, and I was like, eh? Is he coming back? And I was like, yeah, it's a tournament. So like, yeah, then for her to be there when I won it, there's images, there's photos and videos taken of us embracing everything. It's like, that's
priceless, man.
Priceless,
Crazy.
So priceless.
Crazy.
I respect you for not telling your parents because that's the thing my little brother done. I didn't know my brother was born to be a boxer.
Oh yeah,
like he's doing boxing, and the way I found out, I blasted him, fam. I was like, bro, why didn't you tell me, fam? I was like, nah, bun that. You're not doing it. You're doing it. But then I said to myself, why am I doing this to my little brother? Am I even his dad, bro?
And I think that's probably showing you why he probably didn't say anything in the first
I think
place.
the thing of African parents, even when I was growing up, certain things I wanted to do. But I was like, no, do your studies. At least do your studies first, and then you can go to that. They always wanted you to do your studies. So you know, for you to get that respect, you have to prove to them. Even my business, my dad was like, business, you can do a job. You know, business is too much risk, and you just be like, you just do your own thing. You know, and once you show the results and that, you earn that respect. And
yeah, but the thing is for them, it's just like tangibility. Like they need
security
to,
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because like
100%.
Because when you showed them I'm performing at Wembley. Like your parents probably thought, okay, this is viable because nobody can just perform.
Not anyone can just say, yeah, I'll get to Wembley.
Whiskey and boy. Can I go to Wembley? My son has stood like whiskey. My son has stood where whiskey has stood.
How's your son? Yeah, he just come from Wembley.
Just come from Wembley.
Big
performer.
Is it King Sonny Joe? King Sonny Day?
Yeah.
King Sonny Day even performed in Wembley himself. 1980.
Even Fela Kuti. He was here in 1964.
No tournaments, not one, not two, but thousands of people. Thousands of people. We need all tournaments.
The testimony at church must have been mad.
Amen.
He can't.
Hallelujah.
All those words, man.
Come on.
She is. My mum is my biggest fan by far. She will tell people about. I'd say don't tell people. Don't tell the doctor that hey. You know my son is the British champion. That's how she always said it. The British champion.
Oh, bless her.
I was like, yeah, okay, tell her. But like any occasion to tell someone, she would tell them. But that's it. I would prefer that than for her to be against it. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'll big up you, man. Honestly, like,
Come
it's
on,
nice
man.
seeing black people in these spaces doing bits. You get what I mean? Like, we've always once had the dream to be it, but you're actually
Always
there fulfilling the dream.
That's what I'm saying. Like you guys yourselves, what you're doing here, like it's cool to see what you're doing. Like this is legit. First of all, we're in a legit studio.
Yeah.
And then you guys are like bringing it. Something about when I saw like I think it's in your description when it says Black British.
Nah, it has to be there, bro.
It's just like man, that's just the thing we don't really see. You don't really see real black wrestling fans. That's what and I want to know what. Sometimes I want to know myself why that is because, like I said, I wasn't going, but at the same time, and this is the key, black people love wrestling.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Do you know what's mad? We didn't realise that until we started the podcast.
Yeah.
Because
we were literally talking about that literally before.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Like, okay, primary school, you had a few friends that were talking about wrestling, so. But when we got to secondary school, these Mandem started liking other stuff. For example, girls, music, and they stopped talking about wrestling. But I didn't know that Mandem was still liking wrestling.
Yeah, because you know, obviously as you get older, people are like, it's fake.
To be honest with you, secondary school's a bit up and down. You had people that hated it, but there was people that would watch WrestleMania. They're always talking about that. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I just think as time went on, a lot of people just had this whole excuse of, it's fake, it's staged, this and that. But then it's like, when we now started to drop visuals and like the amount of people that gravitate, we were like, raw. So black people are still watching it, and all it took is for us, man, to just be able to just chat with it, chat about it. So, no, it's dope, man. And even on the front of that, it's like, okay, cool, now we're going to shows and we're seeing black people wrestle, and it's like, oh shit, this is flipping amazing.
And that's we have presence.
Like, we have presence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It's so rare for me. You talk about how rare it might be to see a black person wrestling. It's rare for me to see a black fan in the crowd.
Oh, bro,
so like that's a whole different thing. Apart from like, there's black wrestling, there's black people watching it at home with this, that, and the other. But to see them in the crowd is rare. It's like I get a connection when I see the one person that's there, because it's always one. It's not two. Can
I compare it to this? So for example, I'll tell a story in it. So there's a time where I was in uni, and after we had like a charity football match with my course and that, and my missus came to watch. Fam, that was the best match I played in my life. When your girl watches you wrap it up a bit more. My man's doing this.
It's true. Like, even when I went to Riptide, I think there was probably like I think I was the only black person there. And,
Yeah, same,
and
bro.
Darius Lockhart looked at me, and you know how he's very like
That's it.
pro-black,
And
innit? So he's seen me now, and in my head I'm thinking, yeah, he's gonna win his match
He's gonna
now.
annihilate
Because
my-
he's giving me that black man nod, I know he's gonna win the match now.
It's a rare thing.
It's proper weird, and even some of the black people I've seen at these shows, I'm not gonna lie, not to be rude in it, but a lot of them are weirdos. Like, but it's not like, but I don't know, man. It'd be nice to see more black people at these shows, man. Honestly,
Yeah, I don't. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know what. We don't know exactly what the reason is. I tried to equate it to like football. How, like, there's so many. You go to a Tottenham game, go to White Hart Lane. You're not gonna see loads of white people, but like it's in London.
yeah.
It's the most diverse freaking city in the country.
Yeah, in the world, yeah.
It'll arguably the world. So why aren't and we know there's black people that love football. There are black players. Most of the people that are playing are black or Asian. So why are we only seeing white people players? And some of that is just feeling that so let's watch it from the comfort of our house.
That's what I was gonna say.
Exactly, because even like with the whole Euros thing, like we saw like
at it.
how uncomfortable people were to be in these
these spaces,
environments.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's why it's like it's important to have platforms like this and have spaces where we all can come together and feel safe in it, because sometimes like being the only black person in certain environments can be mad intimidating. So people would rather just
Wrestling events. If you see some of the wrestling fans, I promise you can roll their topless and nobody can do you nothing. I'm so sorry. Not to insult wrestling fans,
you know
innit?
it's not-
Not to insult wrestling fans, but there's certain wrestling shows you can go to. Like if you were to go one man up, I promise you're probably gonna bad up 90% of them.
Yeah, of course.
But in terms of football, in terms of like the other like sports, yeah, I can 100%
You know what it is?
understand. But wrestling,
I understand
there's
what
certain
it is.
shows. Remember, what show did you go to? I think it was me, you, Laps, and Thing.
Iron Fist.
If we went there by ourselves, nobody's gonna say nothing.
No, you know what it is, yeah? I don't think it's more of a physical
It's not even
presence.
a hero.
It's
No,
more-
I'm just being a dickhead. Don't mind me. I'm being a dickhead.
For football, yeah.
Yeah. No, with football, yeah, 100%. With wrestling, yeah.
No, there's a fit. But I feel like with wrestling, it's maybe just a bit of a. I'm gonna make me sound a bit controversial, but just a bit of like them looking almost down on you. Maybe
The Mandem from the ends or the people at the actual.
the people at the actual place like might just they might not even pay attention to you. So you know, like maybe in some wrestlings they might engage with you, like, oh, who's your favorite wrestler or something like that.
they're
And
not used to man
you
being around.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're not used to seeing. They're not
want
used
to
to
engage. You see where I'm coming from? So you're right. When the Mandem are going to these wrestling shows, it's showing people that, oh shit, these guys like wrestling. What?
Even when
It's gonna
Rev
sound
Pro,
fucked, but
I feel like the people that we
like
sat next to
wrestling? Do you know what I
were a
mean?
bit shocked. Like, oh,
The shots, yeah.
I think they were shocked. Even Progress.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Progress,
say. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Mandem like that dressed like Mandem like wrestling. Swear down.
Bro,
Yeah.
when we
Do
did
you know
our
what I mean? Because
WrestleMania-
people might be afraid to even talk to Mandem.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the stereotypical stuff that the media
Yeah.
call, fuck them. But do you see where I'm coming from? Like, it's the honest truth.
But
You know?
when we did our WrestleMania stream, one of the comments like black people watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? So,
That's how
one of the
people.
comments like black
That's how
people
people
watch wrestling.
genuinely
Yeah.
think.
You know,
Yeah,
I
for
think-
sure.
I think one thing I could definitely say that.
No.
One thing I could definitely relate to is this. So before even if I didn't know Derek, I wouldn't have gone to no wrestling shows. I didn't know how to get these tickets. I didn't know how to watch them. I didn't know I didn't know the British team was a thing. I'd rather prefer watching at home because I was like, I've got the commentary there and I'm calm. I don't need to be around these spaces. But it's only when I've met Derek and Derek takes me my first show. Yeah, I'm like, bro, I need to go more.
Yeah.
I need more. This is a different sort of thing.
The experience
Yeah,
being
bro.
there live. I
don't-
remember
bro,
WWE always do
I don't
it's
think
nothing
I
like being
understand,
live, but
I
that's
said
real.
thank you to this guy at least 20 times, bro. I was like, bro, thank you for taking me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's like he's taking me to God. Like, since I was so blasphemous.
No,
I was like, taking me to a new church. You know what I mean? When you go to a new church, after you like the church, you like the surrounding.
Do you have any new visitors? Can you please stand up? They're looking at everyone like, no, I don't stand up.
Can everyone stretch forth their hand?
Oh, your mum's even tapping you. Stand up, stand up, Joe.
I'm coming from.
After the service, go to the back.
Go to the back.
Go. Take your details. I had to crap myself when they say that. I'm picking one up right now.
Any visitors,
The music will
please?
start playing.
Big up church, man. Come
Heavenly
on.
Father, I thank you for guiding this son into me.
I pray that he brings more people here in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Bro, that was jokes. But yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see more of you guys coming to shows. Like,
100%. We'll be there.
We're gonna be
We'll be there.
And I feel like what you guys are doing is like you said, it's gonna encourage more people to do it.
Because even our plan, even like COVID pammed us, but it was like we want to just go to as many shows as possible, bring as many people, because we want people to be able to. Because like you said, a lot of people don't know even know if these shows exist, or they don't know who to go with. So it's like if we can just build a platform, where it's like, hey, cool, guys, we're going to this show. If you want to link up with us, let's link up. Let's make a day out of it. You know what I'm saying? Going to the club is nice. Going to bars is fun, but we all enjoy wrestling. Let's have a laugh and enjoy. You know what I'm saying?
There's so many people that just watch wrestling from the comfort of their home simply because of what you lot just said. Like they don't know that black people are in the audience. They're actually going
in the ring.
So
even in the ring as well.
In the ring for sure.
So what? Next time they watch wrestling and they see black people in the audience now, it might spark something like, oh, let me start going, or let me see if I can find these people or something like that. I don't know, but
as black people, we know that there are some things in this life that are not for us.
Vodka, cocaine. I'm being honest. Bro, vodka, cocaine, all this is not for black people. I'm being honest, fam.
But that's it. We know that there's some things that are just not for us. If we don't see people that are there, like, this is the extreme example. President. We knew. We're like, oh, okay, there's not been any black presidents. So it's just not a thing that can happen.
It's not a norm.
Yeah.
Until it happened. Then we're like, okay, so we finally know it can happen. WWE champion too. You know?
Yes.
That's it. So like you go into these live shows, you just think that, this wrestling, being in there in the crowd, it's not for me. Progress, as like their motto was punk rock pro wrestling. That it works because it will bring in the numbers and there's an audience, but that's not black culture. Punk rock is not black culture. So naturally you just look at it and be like, okay, well I'm gonna maybe watch from afar because there's some cool wrestling, but I know that environment is probably not for me. And I just feel like we need to let people know, man, wrestling is just as good as it's probably better watching it live than it is like on TV on your phone. So come along and support.
Like you were saying, if there was a wrestling company called Grime or Grime Wrestling or something,
Grime style,
something called
GWG,
something like that. You know what I mean? It could probably engage maybe the Mandem in some sort of way. I don't know. I'm just what we were talking about. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, it's just I feel like it's more of a they're just not aware that it's very accessible to go to a wrestling show.
I think what Ray has done with like the Everything Pattern show, like stuff like that needs to continue. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people, like even people that don't even watch wrestling, like listen to the podcast, are like, you know what? I know nothing. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have no interest in wrestling, but the sheer fact that I'm able to kind of listen to Mandem talk, they seem very excited about what they're talking about, and you guys having an engaging conversation, it makes me feel like, oh, maybe I'm missing out on something. And if there was like a black show where it seems catered to us, I would go to it. So it's like,
for sure.
Look at Eddie. Eddie's a prime example, fam. This guy does not watch wrestling. Like, complete to the point where it's like, even if I talk to him, he's like, oh, I don't know who this guy is anymore. When this guy came to the Iron Fist wrestling with us, man enjoyed it, bro. Like, he was all up in the cameras, like, yo, this is sick. You know what I mean? So
there you go.
Yeah, for sure.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts, guys.
I was gonna say, even with females, like females want to watch wrestling. You don't really think like what black females want to watch wrestling. Like, a lot of black females watch wrestling, and I think we've kind of opened a lot of black females' eyes to want to watch wrestling. You know,
even do you know it's like, I think for me it's the fact that, because like going to WWE, watching WWE live with Derek, it made me see a lot of things differently, and I understand the reason why I love wrestling again. It's the lights, it's the drama, it's the action. It's like you're watching a film unfold between you. Got what I mean? Every single match is a series, and the whole film is the actual event. So by the time you've left it, you're like, shit. That episode of that thing was sick, whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's nuts, man. Guys, if you ever want to come to a wrestling show, please send us a DM. We'll add you to.
I won't even lie. As much as WWE was fun, but nothing beats indies. I'm so sorry. Nothing beats indies. Bro, Progress was fucking amazing. Progress was so amazing. Walter versus Trent Seven.
Oh, wow.
Bro.
Finished him. And what I think
even I must say, Aussie Open versus Swords of Essex.
Bro, you were there for that.
Yeah.
Because it's such a small proximity. So I guess everyone's engaged in the product.
Sick.
Yeah, that's fucking
sick. And I think, do you know what's my idea?
There was Jordan Devlin versus the person we can't mention, but but bro, it was amazing.
I didn't have Kobe Stars there that time.
In the sky.
No.
We'll talk.
I didn't have Kobe. I didn't have Kobe. But you know what I was talking about?
Yeah.
I didn't have COVID at the time, innit? But I remember I was mad ill, and I remember leaving that place feeling very like the illness went.
the power.
I was shouting so much, bruv, and I was like, shit. Like, it was nuts.
Man forgot he was ill.
And I didn't know who Raw Spray was until I actually went to that event. I never seen him wrestle. I never seen him do anything. And the flips and the whole thing was flipping sick, fam. Even Paul Robinson, fam, he made me laugh.
Paul Robinson,
that's sick. But yeah, it's nuts, man. It's nuts. Bro, talk us through this match, man. You and Pac, fam.
All right.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. Yeah. It happened. It happened twice. That's the crazier thing.
How did that match even happen? Like,
Did you know he was gonna wrestle him beforehand, or we just turn up on the days that bro?
It was, no. They put it out. So I was like, so with Rev Pro, Andy wanted to do a thing where like I was kind of trying to be a contender. They got a contenders division, which is kind of like their Young Lions system,
Right.
the way New Japan do it. And he wanted to kind of do an angle where I'm auditioning to be a contender, so I'm just wrestling members of the roster to be it. And he legitimately wanted it to be that, like, I'm just, you know, wrestling people who are on the roster, you know. I keep getting beaten, and I'll be like, okay, yeah, you're part of the contenders division, but now people kind of have an idea of who you are. But, and these are his words, he just said that, like, yeah, man, I'm putting you on these shows just to, like, prove yourself as a contender. And a lot of the times just you're stealing the show, having the best match of the night. And he's like, I think it will do a disservice if I put you in the contenders division. So I'm just going to put you in the main roster. And then right there, like, it was off to the races. Like, he gave me, like, best opponents. Guy in the Sky was one of my first ones.
Did you actually wrestle Charles Samuels then?
I haven't wrestled Charles Samuels, you know.
He just came in that match and just in.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've never wrestled, which is just like a thing that like I'm really good friends with him, and we just never tangled.
Top lad, man.
Yeah, he's wicked. Wrestled Irie, which is one of my favorite opponents. Shigehiro Irie. If you haven't seen him, he's mad. And then like, it was literally. Is
he back in Japan or is he still here?
He's back in Japan now. And then yeah, just the Pac match was just came up. He just said, "Hey," and he just messaged me being like, "It's even funny actually because I was booked to wrestle Joey Janela."
Oh shit!
Wow.
For Southside Wrestling.
Oh shit!
On the 2nd of June. I already had that date, and then at this time, Andy hadn't given me all his dates or loads of these dates. I was just kind of turning up or like asking near to the week, "Do you need me?" or this, that, and the other. So this is the first time he asked me in advance, and I was like, "Sorry, man, booked." It's like, "Well, I'd like you to wrestle Pac." I'm like, "Okay."
I'm there.
At first, I was trying my best to be like, "Can I do the double?" This show is in, I think, like Stevenage, I think. The one with Joey Janela. I was like, can I wrestle Joey? Because that's still a big match.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can I wrestle Joey Janela? And then immediately go back to London and wrestle Pac? And it wasn't possible. And I was like, at this point in my career, I'm like 2 years in, I had never pulled out of a booking. I'd never done that ever. But I was like, man, this is probably the bigger opportunity. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to do this. And they tried to put heat on me for pulling out. Did Southside, but I had to just stick with the guns there and like have the match, and like it went exactly how I wanted it to go, because the way it went near the 30-minute time limit, and the fact that we went nearly 30 minutes with the fact, and I was there in the ring with Pac, brother in the front row watching me.
Shit, man.
Back to what you're saying, man. Your family's watching.
For sure, man.
That was like, it was just an unreal moment, and I just, it was special from as soon as I walked through the curtain. I was like, okay, this is something. This is something. And like, yeah, man, I think more people need to talk about Pac as one of the best wrestlers in the world.
100%.
Oh my god, I said this before. Pac is just amazing, amazing.
Yeah,
it's too much.
It's almost like sometimes people even forget when they talk about British wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just kind of like, people are like, oh yeah, Pac. But it's like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Is that because he's this is gonna sound so weird?
I know what you're gonna say.
Is that because he's like a dark heel? Do you get what I mean by that? As in he's a heel,
You're like a dark horse.
No, as in not dark horse, but it's like he's a heel, but he's always not in the shadows, but he's very like, he's not like a bright heel where he's in your face like blah 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 blah, like a winning ring. You don't even hear him, but you see him, he's in the shadows, like, and he appears, and when he appears, he beats people up.
Yeah.
But it might just be like he's known mostly for like wrestling in Japan and wrestling in WWE in America. So maybe there's that affiliation of like Japan, America.
That's what.
And but in America, when he was in WWE, he was very bright. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
never. He was very colourful enough after you got, like, he was wearing the purples and stuff. But when he's gone to AEW,
the bastard,
complete different guy. Do you know what I mean?
Bastard.
That man's wearing the tights, and the pants, the skin tight ones.
But also as well, I think as well, it's like, because some of the other British wrestlers have won like big titles. If you think about like a lot of the time we associate Pete Dunne with UK NXT champion, Tyler Bate, UK NXT champion, Ospreay, IWGP champion, junior champion. Because Pac hasn't like won like a major title yet, but obviously ability wise, like he's easily top three.
And I think also because when you look at Pac, you don't see him explicitly like flying the British flag like these other wrestlers do. So when I look at him, it's like, I know he's a British wrestler, but he's not like quintessentially British. Like when I look at someone like Pete Dunne or Tyler Bate or anything. So
even with the swag, like Pete Dunne's from the ends because Pete Dunne's wearing a stony jumper and all that. You know what I mean? Tracky and all that. Sorry, but you see Neville, he's suited and booted. He's looking like proper professional superstar. You know, like Rollins and them man. So go on.
You see with Neville, you see how in the UK you got Scotland up there, Wales on the side, and England. Sometimes I'm like, which side is he from?
Yeah, that's Newcastle.
Okay,
so he's up north.
He's a Geordie.
So close to Scotland.
But it's mad because it's like
Scotland,
even the whole thing like he doesn't even come across as like, because Pac rarely speaks in these things. You can't really tell where man's from. If you didn't watch wrestling and you just saw Pac, you probably think he's from America.
Slightly, or
you think he's from like somewhere like like one of these tough like mad countries where like, do you know what I mean?
So like maybe Poland or
Russia,
Romania.
You know what I mean?
One
of these ones. You know what I mean?
Of course,
he doesn't speak.
Of course.
So, man. But Pac is amazing.
Big up Pac, amazing wrestler.
If you want to talk about, I'll happily say, if you want to talk about, I want to say he carries, like, you want to talk about people getting carried, like, I'll happily put my hand up and say, that's how good he is. Like, he cradled me. Okay, like a fine boy, no pimples. Through that,
But that must be a good thing though, because that means he must like you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
For someone to carry you in the industry like that.
Yeah, he had seen some of my things when we were going over stuff. It was even that mad to be like, oh yeah, you do this thing. I was like, shit, you've watched the match. I'm going down.
Amazing.
But that's already a thing. And one of the matches that I like, was one of my favorite matches, but the one that I like looked at again. In prep for that match was him versus Sami Zayn.
Oh wow!
From Takeover.
Oh, amazing!
I mean, are you kidding me?
Amazing.
Yeah. That's like, I was like, okay, I have to be Sami Zayn because that run of Sami Zayn, he was the ultimate babyface.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like as more time goes on, people will talk about that run that he had in like more reverence. Yeah.
And even goes back to the conversation we had earlier about selling. Both of them are amazing sellers.
Amazing.
Yeah, you will see things if you like that from directly taken from that match that is in my match with Pac. And then, we got to do it again in York Hall, main event, December.
How is that? How was the atmosphere in York Hall? I've never been to watch a match at York Hall.
York Hall's amazing.
That's the best thing
I
about
went
it.
to watch Ring of Honor.
I've been York Hall for other things. So
I've been there for boxing as well.
Yeah.
So they've got like a balcony on top, right?
Yes.
Is there seats on the balcony?
There are seats.
Yeah, there's seats on the balcony, bro.
There's like seating on the bottom part.
Then there's seating on the bottom, and then there's something about the sound in York Hall where it just...
It's an echo.
Is it very very Philadelphia ECW?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, when it packs, I think it can get up to like 1,200.
Wow.
Crazy day.
Wow.
And like once it's packed like that,
Atmosphere's mental.
Yeah,
Atmosphere's
mental.
Everything's just flowing. Yeah, that's wavy, man. Still.
So wrestling him there, and again that was just based off Andy being so happy with how the first one happened in Cockpit. He was like, I want to run that back in York Hall
for sure.
And then I beat him.
Let me ask you a question. When was the first day that you came up to the arena and realized, oh my god, people actually fuck with me? I'm actually over. And how was that feeling?
Good question.
What a good question.
Very good question.
She's NK, the man of the hour.
Sweet and sour.
Honestly, no,
for sure.
My brother's name is NK actually.
Yeah.
I think that's a proper Igbo thing, you know.
So that's the thing. No, it depends actually, because his name isn't even, because I don't know if your one's Igbo.
No, he's Congolese.
No, he's Congolese.
So what are we talking about? But NK, it's like Inco, but like NK for short. Like people shorten it to NK. But that question, okay, I think, it's 2017 again, which is weird because it's like it was probably like my fourth match, and it was for Progress. They did like a women's tournament at the Dome in Tufnell Park. So they had 8 matches, but like obviously the buffer before the final, they just put 4 like relatively not big names, just trainees essentially. Let's call them trainees, in to do a 4-way, and I was one of them. And we were kind of like surprised, just like, oh, here's a 4-way. And like when I came out, then there was like, I thought I was gonna be like a heel because anywhere I'd been wrestling, I'd been a heel. But when I walked out, there was a loud cheer. That's the first time I heard the O.J.M.O chants. And I was like, okay. As soon as I walked through the curtain, I just started smiling. I was like,
Yeah,
well,
that's
what's
actually
up?
like, you know, back in like, for example, back in the day, yeah, you play football, you not make someone. It was So it's like one of them ones that you're popping like gas, like
Yeah,
you
man.
could hold it in.
I was like, holy, okay. And then the second time I like was again live at the Dome. Like there was like they did Dome shows progress. Like I think in January 2018. I'm walking out doing my entrance with first match, and then there's 4 fans holding signs. At indie shows they don't bring signs.
They don't bring signs.
But at this, there was like glittered. Big cardboard, O.J.M.O. They were all holding it.
That's crazy. That's a lot of effort as well, you know.
Yeah,
That's what you know.
And I was like, well, what's going on?
You know.
All time people go to indie shows to just buy beer. beer and cocktail.
Trust me.
That's mad.
That's a 4-star martini.
Fam, 4-star martini wrestling match round.
The hands are for the drinks.
Fam, trust me.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
I was like,
I can't lie.
mad.
We're coming to that show. If you're like 1st of August, yeah. If you're on the card, if you're gonna be on the card.
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Okay, cool, man. Then we got to do something special, man.
I need to ask you something, yeah. We asked Warren and we asked Ray. Ray's already complied, innit?
Complied.
No, I mean not complied, but he's sorry about that. No, Ray's already agreed, innit?
Yeah.
Would you be able to name a wrestling move after us?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh my god.
So Ray's got a move. I don't know which move it is yet, but he's gonna call it the wallowed, innit? So we need you to do something for us, bro.
Facts and energy.
It needs to be first it needs to be something that the commentators can say.
Facts and energy.
Facts and energy.
Yeah, he's giving the facts and energy. Bam, done. What do you think?
Well, that's my picking. He's giving them the picking. It's my picking.
It sounds like a mandible claw, you know.
Do you know, I'm trying to think of a move.
You've got time, bro.
Because I'm trying to think of a move.
I don't know. What's a move that we all like? I don't know.
There's like moves that I've got that I haven't named.
Yeah.
And then like I've got a tag team as well. So we've like got a tag team move that we haven't named. So maybe that's where
Okay.
I love a DDT though.
1,000,000%.
Or like a tornado DDT.
DDT, yeah, to DDT. Or do you know even what's the one where they get you? Yeah, I think they were doing it best. Sean Benjamin had it, MVP had it, and they turn you around and your face, the opponent's face is the floor.
What the pay dirt
T-bone.
Oh, the flat where they jump and they
jump in like
Nah, so NK's here, and I switch up NK, and after NK falls on the floor, we both fall on the floor basically.
yeah.
the pay that where he jumps up and he brings your head
Is
down.
that jump? I'll just imagine them just getting
Yeah, pay dirt.
pay dirt.
Something they jump
Yeah.
and then yank you down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them moves. Yeah, so yeah.
We'll think of something, man. We've got time,
Think of
innit?
something.
We'll think of something, innit?
I've got
August 1st, innit? We'll think of something, innit?
Just shout it.
We'll shout it. Hey, they're picking! You're going. They just laughed. I also wanted to ask you, who have been some of your favourite opponents that you've wrestled so far?
Yeah, so obviously Pac will be there, number one. Shigehiro Irie, look that guy up, and please look up me wrestling him because we've had some crazy matches, and
He's in DDT, right?
I think he wrestles in DDT. Yeah.
Okay.
He's dope. You saw him flip out Rev Pro.
You might have seen him. Yeah, he
was
would
at
have
Rev Pro.
been at Rev Pro.
He was wearing like it looked like an RVD singlet.
And it's a green singlet.
Yeah.
Japanese guy wearing a green singlet.
Oh, him!
And
And,
that,
he fought the last guy at the end.
I think it was the main event.
He was sick. Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah, man. I've had like a couple matches with him.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it was him, fam. I didn't know. Do you know what's stupid? Do you know I thought that was Jeff Cobb?
Oh my god.
Lord.
Oh
You are
my
loads.
days.
No, bro, because Jeff Cobb has the same sort of thing, innit?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Man said Jeff Cobb.
No, don't laugh at me, though. Don't laugh at me, though. No.
It's a must.
I will show you the vlog, yeah? Look at the vlog, and you look at the guy and look at Jeff Cobb, you probably think he's the same person.
Okay,
That's the reason why, innit?
You won't. You won't. I promise you won't. I promise you won't. Yeah, so who else?
Then I'll say Connor Mills, who's
He's
my
dope
tag
as
partner.
well.
Like we've done some singles matches and like we've done 2 singles matches together, and there was some of my favorite matches I've ever had in my life. And it's just like I guess because we know each other so well, we're like best friends. So we got it right there. Those would be the 3, and then there's just been so many since then. When see, it's back to Irie, but I wrestled Irie and Walter in a tag, and then teamed with Sky.
Yeah.
Teamed with them, and that again, like wrestling Walter, just being in the ring with him.
Yeah, that must be mad.
How-
Did you take one of his drops?
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ!
How's your chest?
So this day.
Bro.
You have to now go put rub on it or something. Rub on the key.
got to come into the ring with Juju or Holy Spirit. That slap, yeah, fam. You got to take it. What? Do it again.
That's it.
Fam, myth, man. That's hilarious, man.
Beast.
Yeah, there's just those kind of caliber guys. Like,
Yeah.
always excited about.
Yeah, Water's one of my favourite wrestlers.
Now, how mad do his chops sound when you're there?
No, mad.
Bro, it's mad. It's like a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's mad.
It's like someone's lit something off in the arena, fam.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Big man thing, I'm not even lying, fam.
It's not like Johnny Gargano where he slaps his own fire. Like, this one is legit.
And he done it in front of us as well. So
And you can actually see like the watts on the person's chest as well. It's crazy.
Christ.
Mandem say when Walter slaps someone, they even checking their own
Fam,
chest.
trust me.
The ones you're looking at, it's not a camera trick. No camera, no photo trick.
That's gonna be real life.
No Hollywood.
I've got a question for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Because I wrote, like, is there anything in wrestling that you don't like you hate, like, even whether it be in, like, terms or something like that? Because I realized recently I hate the term white meat.
White meat baby face.
I hate that term. I hate that term.
I've
White
been-
meat.
That sounds like a
I've definitely
jail.
been described as that.
I hate that term.
Stone
What
Cold
the fuck does that mean?
Stone Cold uses it all the time on his
Yeah,
podcast.
Oh, he was a white
He
beat.
was a white meat baby face.
In the 80s.
Hey, what is it? White
In the territory down in.
So tell me about that time. He's a white beat.
I remember. Yeah. Austin is mad. The arms out as well. I know. Austin, you already puts the arms out. Yeah, he puts the arms out. I just deep it now. I just deep it now.
This guy about 98, good looking guy, white meat.
Good looking guy. Fresh out of the Indies. We were just fresh out of the industry. We were on the road, you know? Yeah.
So close, funny.
We had a ride, you know, Austin.
Beach, right?
Yeah.
Foley was there.
Sometimes he gets the beat. He's trying to figure out.
We were just starting out. Yeah, Austin. Yeah.
Big up Austin.
That's the
Come on, big up.
So, have you been watching catching up with any wrestling recently? You've been off it. What's been the deal?
Yeah, no, I try my best to watch as much wrestling as possible. If anything, my priority is watching what's going on in the UK. If there's a show that happened in the UK and it's available to watch online, I'm watching it from Progress to Rev Pro to Reach Wrestling. Like if I can find it, especially during these times where like I've got time to watch it, I'm gonna watch it. I watch AEW every week. I'm pretty much on that.
So you're allowed to watch AW?
I'm allowed. I've got permission. There's not too much blood.
Not allowed to watch that show.
I watch NXT UK as well. You know, like it's 1 hour, so it's kind of like
It's quick. It's a quick show. Yeah.
in and out, in and out. Like if there's one good match on the show, then it kind of becomes a good show.
Yeah, I get that.
Then like with WWE, I watch NXT from time to time. It's if I hear there's a good match, then I usually just watch the whole show.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the full Raw since they came to like empty arena.
I don't blame you,
them
man.
in Thunderdome.
I don't blame you, bro.
No.
This is annoying me. That's why I'm saying I'm excited for them to have fans back.
Yeah.
Because then I'll actually think I'll just start watching again, like everything, just to have that atmosphere, what's going on. But those are my main things. But I'm obviously keeping up to date with what's going on there. And then I just watched the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I haven't watched Ring of
The
Honor in
best
time.
films.
I need to watch Ring of Honor.
Bro.
Was sick.
Aye, you see Bandido versus Roosh
Yeah, man.
Sick. And Bandido, what was it for? Was it like
for the world title.
And Bandido won, yeah.
Yeah, Bandido won.
Mad.
The thing is, the whole paper as a whole was a good
It's
paper.
very good. Yeah,
And
yeah.
Chelsea Green, she debuted as well.
Yeah, she made a little
Bro,
surprise.
Ring of Honor was good, man.
Yeah.
And they had fans as well.
That was the
They had
first
fans.
fan.
They had fans, yeah.
Full capacity.
Not full capacity, but it was. They had
Was it
fans
like an
there.
arena or what?
It was where they usually film their thing in it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Well, like what NXT did.
What would you say? A couple hundred people or
Maybe
less?
more.
Maybe more than that. Maybe maybe.
And the fans were
Yeah.
electrifying. Like, were they like?
They were there for
Good
a lot.
reaction.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
good reaction.
that's very good. That's very
I'm happy fans are coming back.
Yeah,
Impact's
yeah.
need it. Major League Wrestling need it. Everyone needs it.
Everyone needs
Yeah, everyone needs it.
No, you do.
Everyone needs it.
Wrestling at so I got to finally wrestle in front of fans. First time in forever, man. It's just it hits different. 2K20.
I was gonna ask that. How is it adapting to the pandemic era of wrestling?
I wish I didn't adapt. I wish there was no adaptation because it's so difficult, especially my style. I feel like there's some wrestlers who their style is already equipped to it. If you're like all about like kind of a striking game and like a ground grappling game, it kind of suits you.
Yes,
like
in
really
that
well.
period, yeah.
My style is based so much on emotion, especially drawing emotion from the crowd. Again, if you're on the cell, that's the big part. Is if you can get something from the
Engage.
crowd.
Yeah.
There's no crowd for me to engage with, so sometimes it's just me just wailing in pain to sign.
No, I get it. No,
So it was kind of difficult for me. It was very difficult to adapt, and then I just feel like crowd is like the most not the most important, arguably the most important part of wrestling.
Yeah.
There's so much that you listen to with the crowd that determines what you do next, when you do the next thing.
Yeah.
That like, and I have to get used to that now. Now that fans are back, I get used to the timings of stuff. Yeah. So that first show back at the cockpit that had fans, it just made like the world of difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like for wrestling, like imagine if you were to take a lot of iconic moments and just take the crowd out, it wouldn't feel the same.
That's it.
It wouldn't feel the same. Rock versus Hogan, take the crowd out.
That's it.
Completely different match.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's my favorite match of all time.
Yeah.
But like that needs the fans.
Yeah, it needs it.
In fact, I think most fans, their favorite parts of wrestling are like entrances, returns, all these things like surprises. But you want to watch them. If you watch them back, you do want to watch it to see that person come, but you want to hear the crowd. Man, that's what gives you the goosebumps. When it says Jericho when he debuts, the roar from the Chicago crowd is what makes the debut.
When Stone Cold comes back in an invasion, fam.
And
You need the crowd, fam. If you take the crowd away from that, it's not the same.
Yeah.
Speaking of near falls, you've had a couple matches where you've had near falls and the crowd has gone crazy.
That's
Crazy.
That's just like it's the art. That's back to the art of like, if you can make them be connected with you, and then like also if you can do the 2.99 as best as you can. Shout out to Kurt Angle. That's like, if you could do that, then you can get them going and just like, if you make them believe you're dead, which I try my best to do all the time, then that's how it goes. Like,
For sure.
It's a crazy feeling when you hear it though. When you hear that crowd and you're like, oh man, what I did. Actually with it.
It's like you've got them in in your hands.
For real.
Are there any spots in wrestling that you're tired of or you don't like?
Oof. I may say stuff that I actually do, but I'll still say it. Okay. I feel like what I'm trying to do less of, or like I want people to do less of, is like you're in a chin lock. Bow why. I'm fighting after chin lock. Like, bow, this is my elbow. Then once I've fought off, I'm gonna run away from the person I was just fighting to hit the ropes, and then I get hit. But like even so, like I just feel there's a different way to get to the same place. I'm so inside baseball here, but like there's a different way to get to the same place of like, if the person's right in front of you, stay with them or send them off, let them reverse it, and then you're still in the same place. You run in, and then they could either hit you or stuff like that. There's moments.
That makes you look stronger as well, no?
Yeah, there's stuff like that. So many people are doing the ghost run. They say the Marufuji, where when you run off the ropes and then that other person runs off the ropes behind you.
Yeah, and then they turn around and they do a move.
And they do this, and I'll always name all these spots. They're all cool things, but with most things in wrestling, if it's overdone, then it's like that's it. Everything is cool. Canadians, I do Canadians, but like if everybody does a Canadian all the time, then it loses its appeal.
No,
so
for sure.
those are the two things that like stand out in my head.
What about you, man? Are there any spots in wrestling that you dislike or you're tired of? Except for Canadian Destroyer, because we're already tired of it. We already know. You know what I'm saying?
That's too much.
I hate them.
Oh, really?
It became such a everybody.
I don't mind it.
That's
It's not really done as much nowadays.
Bro, it's done.
It's done too many times.
It's done every
It's like
show.
every person can jump
someone
in the
will do
ring.
it every show.
No, every show you'll see at least four.
Yeah.
At least four.
That's
At least four.
Like sometimes I don't want to see every single match someone's jumping out the ring. Do you know what I mean? I like to see.
I just don't like the multi-man spot where someone will be, they'll be
that's
actually like this.
Okay, that's
They'll be pretending to punch them like this. I'm just like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, there's ways to do it. Like, maybe position yourself. I don't know.
Like I've said this many times. This is the reality era. I've got to say it. Like, it's got to look more real. You've got to believe it. You've got to say like, holy shit, how the hell did that happen? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have those elements now, we're educated. Come on, educated. You know what I mean? We're educated, so we're just gonna be like,
what the hell was that?
we're not stupid here. Do
But
you know what I mean?
you say this is the reality, but like that's back in the day. That was the name of the game. It's like no holes through what you do because you're trying to convince people.
Yes.
Up and up.
Of course.
So what's probably happened is that people have forgotten that. We've gone so far into being like, oh, well, we know what it is. That people have forgotten that the art is still to try and like even if you're not trying to convince them. There's that suspension of disbelief, so that at least for that moment, you don't want there to be a moment where they're like, "Oh well, okay."
That's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
They stomped and they punched. So
Yeah.
you know what that means.
Yeah.
I hate back scratching. I just don't.
No, do you know what it is?
This is PTSD. This is PTSD. This is an old uni moment. This is an old uni moment. Oh, that hurts. I've been there before.
I don't mind. Do you know what it is? I don't mind back scratching. I don't mind eye raking in it because that's what I grew up
I
on.
like
innit?
it.
El Phantasma.
I like it.
He has back. He's back.
He's back
scratches
scratches,
so
yeah.
much. He's just got rid of. He's exfoliated me.
So
so
is it like? Yeah, and after this, like what you took my dad to a back scratch.
Bruv, I think I don't like it.
Who does it? Does anyone do an AW?
Yeah,
Probably the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Santana and Ortiz do it as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Santana and
yeah.
Ortiz do it
I
as well.
felt El Phantasma does it.
No, I like the little thumb to the
That's
eye.
the other
and
guy I
the-
got.
the
Yeah, this one,
blindness.
the one-
He's a.
Autumn just be like,
Yeah.
No, do you know what
cheeky.
sport I hate? I don't know who. Byron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, in WWE used to do it. He'll do a spot. He'll hit someone. He'll run out of the ring, come back in the ring, and then Larry.
And that was sick.
I love that. I love that sport.
He does it all the
Yeah, he does it all the time. Yeah.
But he don't do it now, does he?
No, he does. But there's a point.
Like he'll slide out the ring at one corner, then run round and come inside. I don't mind
Corbin would
it.
do that though.
That's what Corbin does. Yeah.
No, but when he did it the first time, it was sick. But I remember there was a point, yeah, and every week he would do
to
it.
that.
And then there was a spot that Dean Ambrose used to. I hated it so because we did one year where he falls out the ropes, pretending and comes right back
Oh,
in.
the lariat.
Oh, the rebounds.
Yeah, I hated it.
I don't like the way he does it. The way Nigel McGuinness does it is sick.
It's the way.
Even Kyle O'Reilly, I think Kyle O'Reilly overdoes it now as well because he will now do the top rope, then he'll now do the middle rope, then he'll now do the bottom rope, and then he'll now do the clothesline. It's like, bro, it doesn't even look tangible.
Like,
Like I
for
don't.
me, certain things should be saved for like big moments. Like that's why I respect.
That's what I respected.
whole-
That's what I respected.
The Undertaker for diving in.
You know,
I knew this guy was gonna
it has to
say
be
it.
done though. You don't expect a £300 to dive out the ring.
Do you mean big moments or big or pay-per-views? Because we don't like, bro. A moment can come out anyway. A moment can come out Raw.
No, but like when I mean
Nah, I
this,
get what you
if
mean.
it's a match with weight though.
Like cool,
like a-
Drew
like a
McIntyre.
championship
Drew
match.
McIntyre, you wouldn't expect him to fly out the ring, but the man can freaking
he
do a
does. He
flip.
can do a flip.
He can
Yeah,
do a
exactly.
flip outside the ring once in a while.
Those two spots you mentioned, NK, like the whole idea of them is to surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's back to that thing. It won't
I'm not
surprise you
surprised
anymore.
because I
if
know
you-
it's a part of his repertoire.
what definitely happened is he did it once. Somebody said that.
Yeah,
it's
that
cool.
keep it as your signature. Like, it's good.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
like,
for
so
sure,
it's like,
for sure.
yeah, which is
There's
a
a-
detriment.
There's a reason why we rate Seth Rollins' Phoenix by so much. Because he doesn't do it all the
Works it
time.
out.
Yeah.
When AJ Styles did Spiral Tap, we
Yeah,
rated
yeah,
it so
man.
because he doesn't do it all the time.
I mean, at first he did. In the first
first
5-6 years, he done it all the time.
Yeah, towards the end.
But obviously towards the end, yeah.
towards
But then he
the-
forgot how to do it. Then he learned how to do it. And even now he doesn't know how to do it.
No, he would do it. He would do it.
I'm hoping his last ever match.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
just goes to the top rope and he just puts his hands up
That's
like
it.
that.
That was crazy, man.
I miss that
Crazy,
move
man.
so much.
Crazy,
Crazy, yeah,
man.
man. I miss. Oh, and one more. I hate the STF.
Oh,
No, because people will do it dumb. Because like your hands will be here.
Yeah, John
Like,
Cena.
you know
John
what?
Cena.
Yeah, your
I
hands.
think Cena's
it's
the one that
supposed to
pissed
be
you off.
choking, man.
I think Cena's one that
People's-
probably pissed you off.
People's ones are like here.
Cena's doing it here, and you don't even see the man's neck. You're thinking,
I'm like, there's a whole bunch of air you're
You need to
breathing.
get a bit of daylight. You get rid of the daylight in that SDF. You need to just get a little bit of time.
What you doing, bird? Is they need to tighten it up.
tighten it up, but also says,
Wipe me, baby.
Yeah, that's it. You're gonna be white baby face.
Let's cheers to that.
Alright, shout out Austin.
I think
Fucking hell.
the person that's done it best, like ever, that I've seen in my life, yeah, and RIP the Chris Benoit's Kubla
Yep.
face. That one there is believable. Like,
I mean, yes.
in any sort of instance, fam.
100%.
I was going to say a joke, but yeah.
Someone put a picture up, yeah.
no.
Hey,
I was going to say a joke, but yeah.
No. I feel like I know the joke.
Someone
that says about me.
Someone tweeted something. I don't know who tweeted it. Whoever tweeted it, you lot are funny, fam. So there was a show that Nitro had here.
Oh, with Jimmy Snooker and Chris Benoit. And they tweeted, how did they put these two in the same ring together?
So, fam, wait, who would they do that to? I think Conan was in the middle of the ring. And after he gave, I think Jimmy Fallon,
the splash.
splash. And after he hit off the cage, and after Chris Benoit done the diving headbutt, and so after the guy started laughing, he goes, wait a minute. Isn't that who I think it is?
Those are CTE Records top sellers, fam. Highest rated
Benoit-
platinum sellers, fam.
Benoit's crossface was very believable. You feel like you feel like he'll tear your
Break your
face
neck,
off.
fam.
You know what I mean? Like it was serious.
Did it hurt? It looked like it hurt, fam.
I remember when Jericho, like just like 2000 when they were feuding.
Yeah.
And they would zoom in on Jericho's face. It looked like his face was going purple.
Purple, yeah, because
I'm kidding. I'm like, holy Holy, all right, then I'm all there. I'm all
Samoa Joe has a good crossface as well.
Yeah,
Even his STF is quite good as well.
STF too.
His
Yeah,
STF
yeah,
is
yeah,
good as well.
Good. His transition, because you go from the Boston Crab and then
That's
the
why,
STF,
because he made it as a
sick.
transition
Yeah,
into
sick,
that
man.
submission move.
Sick.
Technical genius, man. Big up, Joe.
Have you had any matches with people that are like,
Big time.
pause, that are stiff in the ring? Well, Led Cousin says something.
Yeah.
Oh, you man are moving Samish, bro.
Me?
No, he said, I'm going to say something mad. I said, you're moving Samish.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've heard people like, oh man, hello. Maybe we don't need to hit that.
Yeah.
That it always happens. Sometimes like I never really complain because then I would just hit them back hard. And
Receipt.
and it's not a problem. But like there is that sometimes that man is like, man, come on, man.
Chill, man.
Brother, we got that money. we got that money. But yeah, like it's just especially on the indies, sometimes you'll feel like you gotta hit harder because again the fans are so much closer. They gotta put some more in. Which is like I'm fine to receive that, but then there are sometimes where you're like, man, I've got a booking the next day. I need to be.
Some of them elbows in the indies look brutal, man. Yeah. When I see elbows and
Oh yeah, when they do the forearms and stuff. Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah, for sure.
As the you haven't bled? Have you bled yet?
I haven't, you know.
You haven't.
I did a death match,
You did a what?
but I didn't bleed.
What
Wow.
you mean, bro?
You survived.
So that wasn't a live match.
So wait, how did it work? So like, did they hit you with the light tubes and stuff?
No, so there were no light tubes. So this was a
Oh,
tape.
thank
It was
God.
in Bethnal Green. It was in the Resistance Gallery.
Oh, right.
So it's like a small venue, and I was wrestling Paul Robinson, and
That's serious. Yeah, that's serious.
so yeah. So
Oh shit! I saw that match on YouTube, innit?
it might be. It
I
might
think
be
I
at
saw
least,
that
at least
match,
highlights or
yeah.
something like that. And yeah, so he bled, but I did not bleed, and that was a hard way as well because I just wailed him with the kendo stick,
And blood. Just tell me.
and there just started triggering. I was like, okay, we
Bloody
got.
hell.
But we used like staple guns.
Mad.
We used thumbtacks.
Man.
You were the thumbtack.
Oh, how does it feel to fall into
Acupuncture,
thumbtacks?
innit?
Yeah. So I fell off the ladder into thumbtacks.
Shineke, man. What?
Christy.
It was, you know, it's. I don't want to say it wasn't. Do you know what? It's one of those things where like if they all happen all at once, it's not that bad.
Well,
but it's the stray ones. Like there was
yeah.
one in the back of my head, just one. Now it's like,
That's what I was saying before.
And when you get
If you fall on multiple,
Yeah.
there's a chance that not many of them are gonna get onto. But if you fall onto one, it's probably gonna hurt a bit more.
Acupuncture, innit, like you said.
yeah. When they get pulled out as well, that's when it.
Acupuncture's not bad,
honestly.
Nah, it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. If we all go into it at once, but if just one goes, for example,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
step
one
on glass,
yeah,
one
yeah.
time it hurts, but if you step on a bunch of glass, it doesn't really.
You won't feel the effects as much.
Would you ever enter like a deathmatch tournament?
I wouldn't want you, bro.
I'm
Please.
not looking.
5 boy, no pimple. I love your side.
I'm not actively searching for deathmatch
before
tournament.
somebody new jacks you. No God.
Oh, Lord, now.
Forbid.
Crazy.
Imagine.
I'm saying, fam.
Hey,
Crazy.
You meet some quirky
you
characters.
never know exactly. Yeah.
So like, we're gonna go in the ring, right? And I wanna hit you with a light tube in your face and in your back 10 times.
I'm gonna sell it like this.
Blood killer, man.
I'm gonna throw you off a scaffold.
Good you.
Get the color in
Bombs
that match.
They got us restrooms, bro.
We're about to head into Ask Wrestlings, where we get you guys, the people, to ask us wrestling some questions. Where are the questions? Okay, cool. We're gonna start off with our guy Gareth. He says,
Come on.
Now that it's hopefully over, what are you guys' favorite matches from the pandemic era?
Oh, bro. Seth first. I was saying pandemic though. I was gonna say Seth versus Cesaro.
That was pandemic.
That's pandemic.
That is pandemic
But
era.
the fans, yeah, okay.
The main one.
The Mania. The Mania. Yeah. The Royal Rumble was actually. Do you know? I was very critical of that Royal Rumble, but watching it back, it was actually enjoyable.
I think this is
Which
a bit.
one?
The Royal Rumble in the pandemic era.
I think this
Who
was a
won
bit.
that?
Edge.
This year.
Both the woman and the men's one. When Bianca won.
Women's one. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
150 million %.
Come on, 150 million.
HMA's a rise, fam. What's wrong with you, lot, fam?
Out there.
But, FTR versus Young Bucks was a good pandemic era match.
That's it.
Santana and Ortiz versus
Best friends.
Best friends. That was dope.
Sick.
Oh, the car park.
Yeah, street fight match that was
Walter
sick.
versus Dragunov, NXT
Sick.
UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
that was cool.
yeah.
I think for me it was an underrated match. It was Ricochet and AJ Styles on Raw. It was like a Raw match.
Oh, when he bounced him off the rope.
Bounced
Yeah,
the Styles clash. That was cold.
I can't lie. Ricochet's been putting on some sick matches
He's
on
been-
Raw.
Yeah,
you know?
he has.
The
I
thing
can't
is-
lie to you, bro.
But that's the thing, we should never ever doubt. Ricochet is amazing.
Well, if you've got the
He
likes
just
of-
can't
the him-
talk.
I just love the matches with him and John Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's John Ricochet, John
Classic,
Morrison.
classic,
Surprise. It's
classic,
amazing.
classic, amazing.
I'll give a shout out to the ladder match with Sami Zayn, AJ, and Jeff Hardy.
That IC title.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
cold. That was very cold.
That was very cold.
Very intense as well. I fucked with that.
Let
Still.
me not lie. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series.
That was actually
like
a
that
good match. That was actually a good match.
I'm gonna say a match. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby versus Braun.
Oh my
was-
god!
I think that match was
physical.
amazing.
That match
I
was
love that match.
amazing.
No,
Yeah,
I
man,
love
just
that was very
big
good.
dudes, man.
And also, also
yeah.
Leo Rush versus Myron Reed for the first MLW Junior Heavyweight title match.
Okay.
Yeah, that match was alright. Our guy Supine Smokey.
Come on.
He just says, asked the brother about his British J Cup win. I mean, he spoke about it.
Yeah, man. One more, can I say?
WrestleManiac, our guy Mexi asked, if we don't get Lashley versus Lesnar at SummerSlam, who would you like to see Lashley take on for the WWE Championship?
Interesting. Drew McIntyre getting far away from that picture.
Yeah, please. No.
But apparently he's teasing a biker
No, there was like a toy.
toy.
Was
That
him
was
on
the
a
thing.
bike.
But he's wearing a leather jacket. That's
There was a toy with a bike and they were advertising.
I saw
the
that
toy
Smithy's,
with a
funny enough.
bike. Yeah.
I think.
That's why he's been there for time though. Why do people try and associate that now?
I don't know.
Trying to think.
So where's the question again?
That Raw roster.
Who would you like to see face Lashley if we don't get Brock Lesnar versus Lashley?
The Raw
You
roster
know
so
what?
dry.
I think what's most likely going to happen is we might get Lashley versus Kofi Kingston too.
That's the
Yeah,
most
they're
likely.
gonna drag national. They're gonna drag the fans.
Think.
Well, there's no one. Yeah, they will.
Oh.
They might do.
They might
do,
throw in
might do.
Xavier Woods. You never know, you know.
I'm even trying to think. Bro.
I had someone earlier, but I can't remember.
Someone's gonna win the money in bag. Yeah, they're gonna cash in.
I was about to go.
Bobby Lashley.
Yeah,
that night,
that could be
probably,
possible. That could be
On the
possible.
same
I'm sorry,
night?
not that night. No, SummerSlam. No, SummerSlam.
That could be.
You
That
think
could be
it
on the
could be
same
done
night. That could be on the
Same
same
night?
night.
Maybe.
It could be on the same night.
Crowd are there. They're there for it.
Yeah, it could be on the same night.
It goes the title again.
Oh,
Just
no.
like this. We get Dance of Rock again.
You might even hear that.
Nah, he's coming up for Roman.
Yeah.
They've certified that. So him and
Okay.
Roman going, yeah.
Our next question is from our guy Earl. Big you up, bro. He says, we're over halfway through the year. Let me know everyone's best wrestler, tag team, match, and feud of the year.
I got this. Okay. Best wrestler.
Can you make
Shingo
that?
Takagi.
Oh, of course.
Shingo Takagi.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Best tag team Young Bucks. Best match Ibushi versus Jay White, Wrestle Kingdom 15. What was the other one?
And feud of the year.
I don't even know. The Feud of the Year is tough one.
The feud that I was going to mention just started. Nice. It was long-term storytelling, but yeah.
What the Omega one? It hasn't been throughout the year in it. So
Roman and it's not really a feud, but it's like a story. So Roman and
the family.
Roman and
bloodline.
the-
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that's been sick, man. What do you think?
In-house
Yeah.
beefing. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're not feeling it?
that's just a continuation of what happened last time, isn't it? So it's a decent feud, but I'm not saying oh my god this is stand-up feud of the year, innit? I was gonna say the MJF and Chris Jericho, but that's dragging now. So
Yeah, but you could probably say that. Because what other feuds have there really been? That's really.
yeah, I'll probably put that, but now we're starting to drag. But at its peak, that was like the hottest feud in AEW.
Yeah,
so,
for sure, for sure.
So I'd say Pinnacle versus Inner Circle.
What about you guys?
Feud Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly. Even though that's still dragging on till today, but I like that. And then I can't remember the rest in the
So best wrestler, best tag team, match, and feud of the year.
Best wrestler.
I'll be here for a long
I
time.
don't know, man.
I'll be here for
I'll probably
a
go
very
Shingo
long time.
for best wrestler of the year. Tag team, I'll probably say FTR.
How do you judge this?
Just who you've enjoyed seeing the most this year,
I think for me, I
and
gotta give it
matches
to,
you've been feeling.
I say best wrestler of the year and also most improved for me is Roman. Even though Roman's had it, but
Yeah, no, that's a
I've
fair.
got my
That's a
best
fair.
wrestler of the year, actually.
He done.
No, Walter. Walter. He's just been so dominant. That's just a normal thing.
the people that he's been beating up has been.
It's just been fucked. Like, you just don't care.
I want him on the main roster. So
Tag team. you know, I feel bad because I've been watching AEW, so I can't really engage too much. So it's like I'm more
WWE tag teams?
WWE, but there's like who?
No, nothing, no, man.
Do you know what I mean? So I can't really say.
Tag team there for young, but a mix of
In
young
terms of
bucks
feud of the year, I like the Mysterio and Rollins. That was good. With the eye patch, and then Aleister Black getting involved and other people getting involved. I liked that feud a lot, actually.
it could have been a bit more dark.
I like that whole Messiah, image with Buddy. I loved it. That was cold.
I got a tag team. I don't know if I don't know if I can call them official, but Eddie Kingston and John Moxley.
Oh yeah,
that was
cool.
cool.
Are they called the Wild Things or what? Or they,
that's just the entrance.
Probably a nickname or something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
I'll also ask one more. Everyone complete the sentence. I was most embarrassed to be a wrestling fan when.
We sat down and watched Otis win Money in the Bank. That whole Money in the Bank tape was fucking crap.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan was in the gym. Do you remember that? The man in the gym. On your marks, get set, go.
When AEW couldn't do an explosion.
Well,
I don't be embarrassed of that.
That was horrible, fam.
They played.
Is that this year, by the way?
It just says in general.
I'm saying this year, innit?
If you're saying
That explosion was tragic.
I've got one forever. When there was a segment where Carlito was chasing Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle drew a hole like it was Looney Tunes onto the wall. And he ran through the wall. Then Carlito tried to run through the wall and he just bunked into the wall and fell
like
over.
a Tom and Jerry.
That's what I was like. That was the closest I've been to say, maybe it's time to stop wrestling.
Yeah, that's a real Tom and Jerry moment there, man.
Honestly.
For God's
That's
sake.
mad. If we're doing that, then I'm trying to think, fam.
Let's be honest, there's a lot to
there's
choose
a lot to be
from. There's a lot to be honest. There's a library.
No, there is a lot, but it's kind of narrowing that down.
I when I had KFC at ringside, I didn't understand that. Is it like a video that can explain why he's not had KFC? Was it like a sponsorship or
It's a
what?
sponsor. It's
And
definitely
Dolph
sponsored.
Ziggler was dressed as the
He was
Kentucky.
dressed as
Sponsorship in that.
So why did they have KFC at ring then? Why are people eating KFC? Did they win tickets or something?
I think so.
Were you watching wrestling?
Oh
then?
yeah,
I was watching wrestling. I ain't stopped.
Why you told me about this KFC shit?
I'm watching it as well. What the hell?
I wasn't watching it. I was in uni times. I wasn't watching it.
You were watching it.
Remember the thing I was watching it?
You were definitely watching it.
Nah, I don't remember the KFC. Do you know what it is?
This is probably when like 2K14 came
done a
out.
video about it because they done like a little. They said, "Oh, that was the time." It's nothing's worse than WWE doing a promotion of a fast food company and how they kept people in KFC. I was like, "Wait, when did that happen?" After they went into a bit, but yeah, I need to see some videos about it.
Oh, I got one. Apollo Crews' Nigerian accent.
No, but it's
this is a
no, but that's
very
not-
interesting
Actually,
thing.
I'm not Nigerian.
How do you feel about
How do I feel about it as a
Yeah.
Nigerian? Kofi Kingston did a better Jamaican accent than Apollo Crews did, and he's not even Jamaican.
Yeah, no,
I think that's the thing that gets it to me. It's like that's not how he sounds.
No.
If you want to push him, everybody's like, well, this is who he really is now. He's being no, this is not who he is though. He's if you want him to embrace his Nigerian heritage, he doesn't have to do the accent.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to. And I don't know which culture
Yeah.
in Nigeria has a spear.
It's
Also.
called T. What's it? I forgot the name of him. It's another tribe, but I forgot the name of him.
I don't even know any Nigerian that sounds like that. It
Wait,
sounds like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
The way he started off was sick though, because remember he came to the ring and he was speaking in his normal
Yeah,
accent.
when he went
I thought he was
into
gonna
it,
have
when he
that.
did the promo, he said, "This is what my grandfather said," and then he went into
Accent.
I was like, "Okay, I'm here. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm watching." When it was like, "Oh, this is just how he actually sounds."
If it was a thing where he'll talk normally, and when he gets angry, then the accent comes out.
Yeah.
And I would accept it.
It's
but
kind of like how we talk.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we just put it in there. If that's what I've been fine.
It has to be a like proper raw Nigerian accent, not the I am from Uganda accent.
Have a bit of
I don't
broken
like that.
English, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like make it
That is a
sound.
Wakandan
I
accent.
don't like that Wakanda stuff. I'm like,
Commander Aziz.
Aziz on job though.
like
Yeah, I like
belts.
His name is
Please,
Baba
son.
Tunde.
Yeah.
That's is the most Nigerian name.
Baba Tunde
growing up.
IJBC or something. Yeah,
For them to be like,
Fam,
no, it has to
we were
be-
talking about from episode 1. You know, we were rooting for this guy from episode
Yeah,
1.
Baba Tunde for real, for sure.
Our guy Mr. Frimpong, big you up every single time. He asks, "What do you think could be done to save Kevin Owens?"
To save him.
Is he lost?
What's he doing at the moment?
That's the reason. What is
No,
he
he's the
actually
Money in the
doing?
Bank.
He's Money in the
He
Bank.
Yeah, he's in the
qualified
Money in the Bank.
just being Sami
He
Zayn.
batted Sami Zayn
Oh,
actually.
finished him.
Man power bombed him.
Through the table. Yeah, through the table.
The end is here.
Done.
I don't know, you know.
Just power bombed him.
I have no idea.
He needs a one. He needs a one up.
I think I
I
know what Frimpong's saying. I think in terms of like, because you know Kevin Owens is a main event star. I feel anyway.
Absolutely.
So it's a thing of like, why are you not a main event star now?
because they've undercut him too many times. You have
I
to
feel like the
really-
whole Shane thing. I feel like when you have a feud with Shane, yeah, you just get demoted, man. I'm sorry.
Depending
Besides the
on-
Undertaker, but you know, you just get demoted. I just feel that way now.
This goes back to even when they took the title off him for Goldberg. It's like you don't let man have like this. Is what happens when you don't let you don't capitalize people at the peak of their powers.
The Fiend.
People don't care anymore. When Kevin Owens was doing the whole Chris Jericho stuff, like that was hot.
Yeah.
Like capitalize off of that. Instead, you take them away from the title picture, and then now when it's time to reheat these guys, we don't care anymore because you've already showed us that you don't care. So if you don't care, why should I?
Yeah.
It's such a double-edged sword though, because that if we talk about that specific moment, like we know why they went to Goldberg and Lesnar with the title.
Yes.
Because that's the bigger match.
Yes.
But it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that's the bigger match, because they have not built anybody up to the fact that now the most over wrestlers are the wrestlers that aren't wrestling on your television. So we have to bring back the people who were over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're still the people.
To revitalize.
You know, we're hoping for Roman and Rock at Mania. Cena, Reigns. There should be people who are on the roster right now that we should be excited for at SummerSlam. And I am excited. That's the thing. I am legit excited for Reigns Cena at SummerSlam.
Yeah, for sure.
But I should be excited for Reigns Kevin Owens.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
That's the weird like self.
But I think when they were doing the Reigns Kevin Owens,
you might need more handcuffs as well. Maybe that would be the thing that.
No, he definitely
takes
needs
it
the
to
one
the
because
next
the match didn't finish well. Like obviously, Roman was tied to the ring, tied to the thing. I said this last week. It was tied to the Titantron, whatever you call it, and the referee stopped counting. So technically, Kevin Owens should be the champion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we need to go back and replay that. But the way things are going, apparently, Paul Heyman said somewhere that he's ready to basically shag Roman Reigns when my man comes through. Do you know what I mean? So I think we might have a story there, but you know, depending on how WWE want to play it.
Of course, for sure.
I think Roman Reigns should go for a mad, like he should fight the top people in the company. Bro, we need a Brock, we need a Rock, we need a John Cena. And I think that will cement him as.
That's what they're doing.
Do you know what I mean? The next one.
Which is fair, but at the same time, how we exactly that do we need to kind of bring everyone else to
not to be deep, not to be deep, yeah. I feel like I feel like we've got to a stage where WWE has actually just not told us, but they've actually implanted to our brains that you shouldn't care about anyone else but Roman right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what they've
exactly
done.
what they've done.
It's bad.
But I think I know why though, because when you kind of look at every era, there's always that superstar that needs someone from the past to kind of cement their legacy.
I disagree.
I disagree.
No, but not
You think so?
Who in the late 90s?
But he was already.
But who in the late? Yeah.
That wasn't used to
Who-
make.
I get why you.
And the thing is, Hulk Hogan was still kind of in his peak at that point. It's not like he'd gonna had a dissension.
I
Like,
think, by the way, trivia. I think Hogan was about 48 when that match happened, which is the age like Edge is like now.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting thing as well. But like that was already like Hogan's had his time. This is the guy from the past. This is the present / future. But like
The Rock was
already made.
Yeah.
Austin. It was Rock and Austin.
Oh, the people-
and then even in the late 90s, there was nobody. They didn't really have this nostalgia thing that we have now of bringing someone from early 90s to now come and cement and
Could you imagine?
Like imagine,
Someone-
yeah, exactly. Doesn't make
Bruno
sense.
Sammartino versus Bret Hart.
Imagine Stone Cold versus Coco Beware. Like none of us.
We kind of had like Jake the Snake versus Steve Austin.
Oh come on, Stone Cold. Jake the Snake was rubs by them boys, man.
You know what it is? I think because the WWE roster, I'm so sorry, Vince, is so dead.
Why you say sorry to Vince?
Because I like Vince, he's my guy. But like,
Did he tell you that?
No. One day, bro. The current roster's so dead.
No, it's not.
I mean, in terms of like WWE have got rid of so many people, like.
Bro,
personally,
I'm
for
telling
me,
you.
what SmackDown and Raw? You think that roster's great?
Bruv, if you
look at it on paper,
look at it on paper, yeah. Forget how they're treating them, man. Look at Mandem like Sam. You got Sami Zayn, you got AJ Styles, you got Ricochet, you got Keith Lee,
You got a Viking experience. Bro.
Viking Raiders.
Viking Raiders. You got
Cesaro.
Chad Gable, the man even roof off the time, fam.
Seth Rollins, like they've got Mandem, they've got a lot of man there. You could easily build like a top 10 roster.
And if they leave, they're fucked.
Because put it this way, yeah. If I now showed you a graphic of Ricochet in AEW, you're like, what?
Yeah.
This is mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you realize the value of these people. Just picture a lot of these guys going elsewhere, and you'll start deeping how talented these men are.
NK, see what I mean? That's what WWE.
But this is what it's done.
These men are not important.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know the credentials, but it's just like it's just. they've made it so dead now. Like,
Because
everything's
how
so
they've been utilised.
so yeah, so you know, it's whatever. Ricochet's looking like Sheamus nowadays. I don't know.
Or in terms of like,
As in, he's good.
Because it was it's pale.
No, in terms of like the outfit, wearing the hat.
Oh.
I know, but I like that.
I mean-
like it though.
Oh, for God's sake, really?
Any more questions?
Yeah, there's a couple still. Well, we've already spoken about John Cena, so we don't really need to talk about that. He also asked, what do you guys think of unsigned talent appearing on AEW TV?
Great.
I think it's
Great.
exposure.
Good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good exposure.
Giving them a job in it.
We
That's
need
been
that.
happening. I got a thing for that, by the way. What?
Oh yeah, cool.
The thing is,
That's been happening though from time.
no, but you need like a big company. I don't think WWE is doing that a lot now.
I
But
like-
you see, yeah, sorry. Go on, no, do your thing, bro. No, it's calm.
I like the way AEW do it, because with WWE they're just like, this is a local talent. They wouldn't even say their name or anything.
Kid.
No entrance, nothing.
Yeah.
But with AEW, you know, they're getting that respect that, okay,
Yeah.
cool, this is someone on the indies, you know their name, you might have a little entrance here and there. But WWE, just local talent.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like
Black Panther and no boots, fam.
no
Just-
boots,
No, but
no
that's the
merch.
coldest drop, man. I can't lie.
No, which is, but then it's like when you now, like for example, when the Young Bucks went to go and job in WWE,
They went
you now you
purple-
see them in trunk, and then next day you see them in their long
Exactly.
trousers.
But then when you see them in TNA,
But in AEW now, you let these wrestlers be who they want to
even
be.
even
You know what I'm
TNA
saying?
though, when I was, because it's so mad, they pulled out a throwback of your guy Okada and
I said you're a guy. Man.
Homicide. Was it Homicide? It was
Oh
Homicide.
yeah, you know, I'm
Yeah.
they put a match out
Against the Young Bucks, and I
Yes.
watched it and I was like, oh shit.
Okada was the homicide.
Yeah.
Okada and homicide. versus-
Yeah, they were together.
Oh, Okada
yeah.
was rubs them times though.
No, he was alright. No, he was
Nah.
decent.
He was
No,
okay, but he
decent.
was rubs. He was
decent.
rubs, man.
I
No, he was good, but he wasn't who he is now.
Yeah, he was-
Like that whole Impact run was terrible. He's now gone back to Japan, and look where we are now.
Because they gave him a Green Hornet gimmick.
Then yeah, it was a
Yeah.
He was the Green Hornet gimmick.
and they tortured him.
But he was young. Like, he was,
Tortured him.
Like, there was a segment, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah.
Okada.
Yeah.
Oh, someone give me documentary to watch, man.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yo,
Fam, go on YouTube.
But this is why even
Them New Japan man used to always just wrestle like Explosion. You've got big
Wrestling
new,
explosion. What do you mean?
TNA Explosion. That was like the
Oh,
AW.
yeah,
You've got big IWGP champion Shinsuke Nakamura
Hiroshi Tanahashi was there.
coming to fight on Explosion against someone like Pete Williams. Like,
Yeah, made no
respect to Pete Williams, but
The kind
No,
of
man, Pete Williams was.
no, which is fair. But it's like Pete Williams wasn't top of the card.
What,
X
TNA?
Division? Yeah, he wasn't
No,
top
he
of
was
the card.
very respected.
Yeah, which is fair. No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm-
He was X Division, but you've got a top X Division guy going against the top champion in Japan.
Yeah, you're
IWGP.
right.
That doesn't make sense.
doesn't make sense.
And then you're losing.
And then that's why, and then that's why New Japan and TNA's relationship just fam. Because look how they treated Okada, and then as soon as Okada comes back to New Japan, bruv.
And that's when they ended it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
But I think
it's a miracle that they've
they've been able to bend it now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I think that's all the questions.
Wait, I got one question. One quick question. Have you ever injured yourself before?
I've broken both of my wrists.
Oh shit.
How'd you do that?
That was 2018. January 2018, I broke my left wrist in a match. I was wrestling Ridgeway. We're just in the middle. Just like, I mean, a few minutes into it, we're just doing chain wrestling at the start of the match. And like his body falls on like my hand as it was like that. And it just, match is over then. Then the second time was in Milan. I was wrestling in Milan in a triple threat match. And I slipped off the top rope. And I thought I was landing on my head because I was trying to do a moonsault, like a double jump moonsault. I thought I was going to land on my head, so I put my hands down, and then the other wrist went. And I was like, oh,
Fucking hell.
so those are the two big ones. I was like, there's a third one, but I don't know what it's diagnosed as. My neck.
Oh, man.
My
I hope it's
neck.
not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, I hope not. I should be alright. But like, it happened in August, and then I had to. I definitely had to. I didn't want to miss any shows, especially because 2 weeks after that happened, I was wrestling, teaming with Liger in his last match.
Whoa.
And it's like, would you like to team with Liger in his last match of the UK ever or not? And I was like, I'll be there. I'll be there. So
He's mad.
With Justin Van der
Juice
Van der Leyen. Team.
yeah, that was his. That was his
Is
last.
it online?
He's lost.
That would be on like
UK.
RevPros like on
Shit.
demand.
That's
Hey,
crazy.
Hey, big up, man.
So
That's
there's
sick, man.
so that was the thing. I was like, I have to be there for that. I have to do it. So
sure.
yeah, I found means to get there with my neck all messed up and all.
With regards to your neck here, was it because of a DDT?
Power driver.
Oh, yeah.
Always has to be a power driver.
You know that? Have you seen the way MJF does it when the person's in the ropes?
Oh yeah, the whippersnapper thing that he does.
thing.
Yeah.
It was one of
Yeah,
those.
So he'll have them hung on the. Oh, go on, you get
Yeah, basically, we'll have them like they'll be in the ropes like this, and then MJF will basically be
on the other side and flip around and
You know, it basically just stand up and then sit right back down on it.
Sit down.
I had to see this. I had to see
Crazy,
it.
fam. It's crazy, fam.
But yeah, before these guys cut off our podcast again, bro, thank you for coming, man. Honestly,
No, pleasure,
welcome
man.
to come to the podcast.
Anytime you want to come, bro.
Yeah.
Let's give us a
It's
go,
something like
man.
big happens, or you want to like whatever, man. I'm down.
First
to
of
come
all,
down, man.
come see you as well, bro.
Yeah, no, that would be
See
sick,
live in
man.
the flesh.
Give it like
That's it. Ghana's finest.
review. That's my
Play.
teacher love.
But Spencer, don't sleep on that, please.
I don't eat long grain rice anyway, so.
Oh, he's gonna come out with a Ghana must go bag in the middle.
Ghana must go. That should be the name. Ghana must go. Ghana must go. That's the name of the move. Ghana must go. That's the name of the move.
Do you know what I mean? You package the wrestler and you finish him off. Package him. Do you know what I mean? He's packaged like, oh, can't get out.
One where they cross.
Guys are sick.
But yeah.
I'll call it the GMG, so that nobody makes like a Twitter thread being like, here's why this is the
African diaspora was
It's the GMG.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for coming down once again, man. Appreciate
Yeah, shout out
it.
for the supermodel as well, bro.
No worries,
Nice,
man.
man. Ginger Bear's nice, man.
yeah.
For sure.
I've been an Arfie.
Oh, should I say plug yourself?
How can I do
Holy
this?
moly.
Come on, plug yourself.
Yeah. Look,
White me, baby.
Somebody time you plug yourself, man.
put yourself over, kid. You gotta put yourself over, kid. Oh man. At the O.J.M.O on all social media. TheOJMO.com for merchandise, all your merchandise needs. I've got crop tops. Anybody that wants to wear crop tops and say now we play on them. Go for it.
Go on, Laps.
Where else? Are you brave?
You look sick in crop top though. I wear crop tops.
You wear a crop top?
I wear crop tops at home.
A Laps Hardy
You think I'm
fan.
lying?
When you wear it, then I'll wear
I
it.
can't do this because I'll start
Alright.
spitting
I'll
something.
wear it
I'll
outside.
check for 1st of August. I'll see who's got the crop top.
I'm at home though.
It's warm in that building, so
Yeah,
you'll be praying for a crop top.
If you got the vest, man, I'll take that still.
Alright, I'll check my things. But yeah, that's my stuff. Follow me. Rev Pro, I'll plug Rev Pro because I'm pretty much going to be on all their shows. So check out Rev Pro, like rpwondemand.com for all my stuff and all what they're doing.
Sick.
And come to see them. Come see me live Sunday, Bristol. Me
Bristol, this Sunday.
this Sunday, Bristol, defending the Cruiserweight Championship against Lee Hunter.
Jeez.
So
Sick.
Make sure you bust that GMG, fam.
GMG.
Come on.
Yeah, man. I've been an Arfie.
Okay.
Doughboy.
Laps.
Sam Blacks.
Rest things. By the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
See you next week.
Pussies.
Jade Cargill, I love you.
Oh man.
You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.